Yes, I have.
Just trying to remember that. Jennifer.
You're stupid.
She said,
You're dumb.
Jessica. That's so funny.
So dead.
I'm gonna start doing that. What do you think people will still talk to me? That's how long my hair is.
Okay. Are you gonna touch me with it? I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. You were like, it's right here.
What is that whispering nonsense you guys are doing? That was creepy. That was like the surround sound of the movie.
Hey guys,
Welcome back to our channel.
welcome to Daily BS.
You know, where we love BS.
You know, I'm loving this.
Lately.
It's 2020.
It's 2020. It's a new year. This, and I'm putting it out into the atmosphere, will be my year. Will be
What are you
my
blowing
year.
out?
The positivity.
You know what it makes me think of?
What does it make you?
It makes me think of in middle school when people used to like crush up the Smarties and then be like they were smoking. They never did that?
Yes, and I hated those people.
It was the best thing to ever happen
Because
in
they
middle
would crush it up and then they breathe that stuff in and they
Yeah, and it used to come out as stuff.
but they cough it all out like, oh, that's so
That's
gross.
what you're doing.
They look like the zombie from Hocus Pocus. When he cut his mouth open, he was like,
Or white chicks. I'm dead.
ow! Caca head.
Oh, you need to go.
She'll fine. She'll be fine. Anyways.
If we hear the jangling.
Really?
Okay.
Happy?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
I know what.
You're not gonna ask me what we're talking about?
First video of the year. What are we doing? It's not first video of the year
It's
because you
not.
have yet to post the videos from last year. So, Samaj, what are we doing tonight?
Well, just based on that, I'm going to use the powers of manifestation and just reject the negativity. But we're actually talking about manifestation.
Which has nothing to do with witchcraft. Let's just make that extremely clear.
How did you get witchcraft from?
Manifestation can be a form of witchcraft.
Are you serious?
Yes, it's a lesson plan.
I've never heard that, but who made that up?
I used to watch Charm.
Some white people. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, so manifestation. What do you think manifestation is?
I don't know, but I bet you're gonna tell me.
I am going to tell you. You know what I'm going to tell you? Manifestation is basically creating things that you felt, that you believed, that you thought into physical realities. So it's saying whatever you focus on is what you're going to attract. So a lot of times what people do is they get into these bad situations. They think negatively about the bad situations naturally because we feel bad that things happen to us. And then we focus on that and then more bad things happen. And so what we have to do is look at the light at the end of the tunnel, realize that, okay, this bad thing happened because bad things are going to happen in life. And when we focus on the positive things, more positive things happen to us. So I wanted to present to you, what are some things that you wanted to manifest in 2020?
Money.
So she's literally gonna be in bed. Money.
Zeros.
You're stupid.
That is so funny. Why did I say it like such a money?
Money. I'm so dead.
I didn't even think twice. I just.
You did. I'm so sorry.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
Have you seen House Bunny?
Yes, I have.
Just trying to remember that. Jennifer.
You're stupid.
She said,
You're dumb.
Jessica. That's so funny.
So dead.
I'm gonna start doing that. What do you think people will still talk to me?
I would be like, demon, I rebuke thee because you.
That's so funny. I don't know why it popped into my head.
I'm so dead.
Continue.
Yeah. So what are some other things you would like to manifest?
I don't know. I don't want to sound shallow. You go.
Well, for me, my career, I want to do more things. Hopefully, in front of the camera, behind the camera, I love doing that. I want to manifest money. What are some other things?
Love,
healthy relationships.
Healthy relationships, that's a good word.
Yes.
It's a good one because love can be all sorts of things.
I
can get another puppy.
Okay. Well, I think it's sort of like a mind trick, to be honest. Because I feel like
manifestation.
Yes, because I feel like whenever you manifest, you're thinking positively about things, but because you're thinking so positively about things and you want to do things, you're low-key putting steps toward them, which is inevitably making things happen in the long run. So it's kind of psyching yourself out not to really think about, because my issue is emotion. I think more emotion more than logically, and that gets me in trouble sometimes. And so when I manifest, I'm not thinking about how bad I feel or like any of that, but more so like steps to make things happen.
Yeah, I don't know if I think logically or emotionally. I just do, and that's what gets me into trouble.
Well, you're kind of 50-50, I feel. I feel like in some situations you're like, why don't you just do this? And I'm like, oh. And then some things you're like, no, it just made me feel really terrible.
So I feel like the logic comes in when I'm thinking for other people. Because that's when like I think more clearly, and I do most of the emotional when it's like for myself.
Same.
And I'm just like, but my heart wants this, but I want to do this,
Right.
And my brain is just like,
right.
But yeah, so I guess 50-50. I don't know. Sometimes I don't even consider emotion. I just do it because I do things on a whim, and that gets me in trouble.
Yeah. Well, do you want to know how to manifest?
Yes, I'd love money.
You're gonna be a stripper. I'm sorry. It's the fastest way to money
Pre-order
legally.
now.
How are you gonna pre-order a stripper?
I can make videos.
Okay. Step 1, you're gonna ask and focus. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna ask specifically what you want. A lot of times people think
To people or just in general?
Just in general, what you want from life. Like, okay, I really want this. I'm asking for this. I speak to my Lord and Savior, and I'd be like, I'd
be talking to him like we're friends.
Like
I'd be on my knees talking about God.
You be on your knees?
Yeah, I pray on my knees. How do you pray? I bow down to my Lord and Savior. Thank you.
So the biggest mistake that people make is asking these general questions to try and kind of not hone in on something specifically so that all of the red marks or the things they left out aren't being left out. But the key is to be more specific about what you want. Because a lot of times you'll ask for something and then something will happen and you're like, I didn't ask for this. And then you re-examine what you asked for and you're like, I see how that.
What I find funny is that I'll ask for something and it'll come to me in like disastrous ways, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like it's really a prime example of you have to lose everything to gain something. Like when I was younger, I used to like wish and pray that like, because my family situation sucked. Mm-hmm. So I used to hope and pray, and like I was always like, I don't want to live here anymore. Like I just want to go away. And then like I was like, I just want to live with my uncle. Like I want to live with my uncle. Like my And finally, we got taken away, and guess who I moved in with? Guess who got custody of us? My uncle. So I was like, what the heck,
Right.
And then that happened. And then I don't know what happened that I said I wanted something, and then I ended up like, but for the longest time, I said I wanted a new car. And what happened? My car broke down. I got the Jeep. Like, what is this?
So you gotta be more specific.
You just have to be extremely specific. Like, I want a new 2020 RAV4. That
doesn't have no issues.
That doesn't have no issues. That's brand new. That comes with a 2-year, $25,000 guarantee. Like, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's
I know it'll happen, hopefully.
pretty much what, you have to strive for and focus on.
Mm-hmm.
Step 2 is the universe always responds.
Okay.
The answer always comes and you have to be ready for it. A lot of times we think we think at first that it's going to come, and then later on we disbelieve, we don't have faith, we don't believe, and then something else comes out of our disbelief, and then you're like, well, I thought it wouldn't come.
Yeah, but I feel like that works because it's more like, oh, it's not going to happen, and then that's God showing himself. Like,
right.
You thought, and here I am, here for you, like, showing himself. Right. But I guess it's up to how people will see it. People can be like, oh, that just happened miraculously.
Right.
But it's like, how do miracles happen?
Right.
You know?
Did I ever tell you the story about my tennis racket?
No.
So, I used to play tennis for a couple years, and I used my dad's racket. It got stolen.
Your dad's racket?
Yes. And I knew he was going to tear me to pieces.
A new one?
Yes. So I didn't tell anybody. I just looked for days and days, weeks and weeks. And I was crying. I was praying. Well, no, I was crying. I didn't ask. I just kept looking. And finally, I was in my bed. I was crying. I was like, Lord, please help me find this tennis racket. Please, like, anything. The next day, I went to practice. Practice ends. And as we're leaving, this family drives up to play on the tennis courts. And they have my racket.
Like, and they grabbed it by accident? Or what?
So, my friend, I'm like, Jacob, my friend at the time, I was like, Jacob, they have my racket. He's like, well, why are you talking to me? Go get your racket. Like, so I run over there, and I think they were Indian, and they didn't speak that much English. And I was trying to tell them, like, you have my racket, my racket. And they're looking at me like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And I'm like, you have my racket. That's my racket. And he was like, oh, it was just left out here. And we just grabbed it while we were practicing. So you
just grab it?
While we were practicing.
That's
and I took
crazy.
it and I just said thank you. And it was crazy. You just happened
to bump into them again. That's so crazy.
It just happened that I asked for it, and the very next day, I got it when I had looked for weeks, and we just happened.
He was like, all right, I tortured you, and here we are.
Right. And so there are moments like that where I believe that what I truly asked for and what I needed and I focused on, that I truly got. The last step is to match and receive. So basically, it's based on how you feel. They say your frequency, but it's just how you feel on the inside, your vibration towards, the world. And whatever you're looking for, you have to match. The lower you are like, or the more your body is like, oh, I can't do this. It puts your body on a low frequency for you to be able to receive something. So the more you're like, I want to receive this. I have high vibration towards it. I'm like, oh, yes, I'm going to get it, is when it comes. So you have to match the energy that they're putting out, because positive things are always happening in the world towards you, so you have to match it with positivity to get it back. It's kind of like the thing. So all of it comes into fruition when you ask, when you focus, when you match your energy and all that stuff towards it. So what I have done is do a vision board that you made fun of.
No. Because I've made my own vision boards. Thank you, Miss Lucky Duck over here.
You did.
She made fun of it.
You did.
She was like, I don't know why we doing it. Like, it's gonna come true. That's exactly how she said it. That's exactly how she said it, word for word, verbatim.
So, any thoughts on manifestation?
I feel like as much as I say I'm a positive person, as much as are you done?
Sorry, I was just disagreeing.
I'm sorry, I was just disagreeing.
As much as I think, you shut up. Thank you. As much as I say I'm positive or think I'm positive or feel like I'm positive, there's a lot of stuff that like both of you guys will catch me on that you're just like, okay, like, get your head out of the dark place. You know what I mean? Because I guess I do like slip into the dark place every once in a while.
I feel like you're harder on yourself than you
I am. I'm extremely hard on myself, but there is good reason. Because I need to be.
Okay.
Fair?
I mean, you can focus on things and be attentive to certain things without being hard on yourself, if that makes sense.
But at the same time, like, I feel like, because I'll tell people, like, think positively, like, it'll happen, just like, as long as you're, like, being a cup half full type of person, like, I'll say it, but, like, when it comes to myself, I just kind of get, like, I think more logically on that part, like, oh, I use probability. Like, what's the probability that something positive is going to happen if nothing but negative things have happened
Right.
in a row, you know?
Right.
I always go back to the probability theory.
I think that too. And I think a lot of times with me is when everything may not be good, but when I feel like, okay, I'm good, that's when I feel more positive. But as soon as something bad happens, that's when the negative comes out. And that's when I have to be more
But
positive.
I feel like negatives always come in threes.
Oh, for sure.
Everything comes in threes.
Everything comes in
Positive
threes.
comes in 3, negatives comes in
But,
3.
like, my negative threes just keep going.
Death comes in threes. Negatives come in threes.
Yeah.
Pregnancies.
Girl, what?
Pregnancies always come in 3s.
Who do you think our third is going to be? Because there's 3 of us, but you obviously can't get pregnant.
I'm sorry. Because I'm like, okay. So I feel like in this year for 2020, I feel like it's a very positive year. I feel like as soon as 2020 started, I was like, I feel good about this year. Like something's going to happen this year. And so I don't know if that feeling has pushed me to do certain things that I probably wouldn't have done, but I feel like
That's crazy.
But like the thing where you said, oh sorry, I know I'm on here, but
Well, you can add.
the thing you said, like you just feel like negatives just keep coming. It's because when one negative thing happens to you, that's all you think about. So that's why they keep coming after one, after one, after one. And I feel like your positive and like your logical thinking is always, what is my family gonna think? And I feel like you don't do things for yourself to make yourself positive, but you do things to please everyone else around you, except what's gonna please Brianna.
Right.
So I feel like we said, like, just start thinking positive about yourself and what you want to do, because trust me, if you just keep thinking positive and you do things that are going to make you happy, then your life is going to be so much better and so much easier because you're happy with where you're at.
Yeah, but I feel like me being like a people pleaser, I guess.
It's not
like,
even, I mean, yeah.
It's like, well, because I am,
Yeah,
like
you
I
are.
will, but it's like I feel like me being a people pleaser, when I please people, I'm pleased. So therefore I'm content.
Well, not all the time though, because
Well-
you're like, I'm just going to do this so they can shut up and stop bothering me, or I'm just going to do this because I don't want to hear it later on. But it's
But then I'm pleased when I don't have to hear it later on.
But I think it's like, you don't know if you're going to hear it later on. And like, let's say you do hear it, it's going to last, 30 minutes, and then ignore it. Whatever happened, at least I got to do what I want, and I did what made me happy.
yeah.
Because if you keep thinking about, I don't want to do this because I don't want to hear it from so-and-so, then it's like, you're not doing things to please you, you're doing things to please them.
Right. And I feel like that was kind of my lesson. I'm still struggling with it. But I feel like everything that I've been really excited about as far as like my career or education, nobody wanted me to do that.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted me to do zero. Nobody wanted me to do theater. But it made me happy and it sprung the next thing forward. And me doing it, I think because it all stems out of fear. Other people are scared for you. And so they're telling you things that either they're scared for you to do or it's happened to them and it didn't work out. And you have to realize that like you are a different person, because for me, it's been lineage, my family, generation after generation, they've done certain things that I wanted to do and it didn't work out for them, so they're scared. But for me, it has worked out. And I believe that it's going to work out as long as I believe it's going to work out. And they've talked their mess. They have. But eventually, when I got to a certain level with it, they couldn't say anything.
Yeah.
Because I was so successful in what I was doing. And so I guess you just got to roll that tumbleweed on, because
Right.
and it's scary. For me, it's scary
Yeah.
because I'm like, I don't want to hear nothing from nobody.
Yeah, like
Anything I'm doing.
I hate hearing it, because even when I don't do anything, I still hear it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of like, let me just avoid this.
Right.
And because I am as much as I am extremely confrontational, but that's all play. Like, if I can avoid a confrontation,
Yeah.
do not mess with me. Like, I'm not a back down scaredy cat person, because we'll go head to head because I'm stubborn. But if I can avoid that conversation, not having to hear you run your mouth and me not raising my heart rate, worrying about what
Right.
you're doing, we're good. Like,
Yeah.
please don't bother me.
Right.
Please do not talk to me. I don't care about your lecture. Don't care about your life lessons.
Yeah.
I'm good. But like, I feel like that's why I do it, because I just don't want to deal with people.
Right. And that's what my therapist said. My biggest issue was avoidance.
Yeah, that's
So
me.
I will avoid anything at all costs if I feel like it's going to bring me pain, even if I don't know if I'm sure that it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm going to avoid it at all costs.
That's me. I guess avoidance is a good word for that. I didn't think of that one.
So what are some things that you feel like kept you from manifesting this last year?
Last year?
I mean, 2019.
I mean, well, obviously. I mean, I guess the negativity. I don't know.
I guess the negativity.
I mean, I'm confused.
Well, I just think, you know, people come in and they play with your emotions. They play with your thoughts.
They do. I mean, so, I mean, I guess a lot of mine was like financial issues. Like I was always worried about like, am I going to make it? Am I going to, you know, go homeless? Am I going to not have a car? Am I going to do this, and this? I mean, obviously I've always made it, but it's my brain that's like, I'm just hardwired to like move a mile a minute. I'm just always thinking, I'm just like, okay, I'm going to fail. Okay, I'm like not going to do this. Okay, I'm not going to like, so it's just, I think that's really like the main, I guess, target thing of my negative thoughts was like financial stuff. That's what was keeping me from going on. So I was like, you know, I can't do well at work if I'm thinking about money. I can't even get to work if I don't have a car. And if I don't have a car, if I don't have money, I can't work on my car, you know? Like so it's like,
it's a cycle.
It always goes back down to money.
Right.
But then it's like money doesn't make the world go round. But it's like we're, as a society, are built to, I guess, have the thought process that money does make the world go round. You know, everybody just wants to go after money and everybody's money hungry.
Right.
And I feel like I've really gotten to that point, and that's really what has kept me from manifesting my, I don't know, just making my life better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just brings me down. It's a huge drag.
Right.
Which, as much as I don't think it is, like I'm good for like that moment, but really it like takes a toll for like the entire freaking year, I guess.
Right.
Cause like if I always think about like most of my worries were always about money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was always fine, and I always made everything work, and I figured it out because in reality I make decent money.
Right.
I make enough money like to live support myself and support others, you know, because I do it.
Right.
But for some reason, I just have so much, I don't trust myself enough, and I don't have enough confidence in myself that I just have to keep double checking.
Right. And that's the same here, you know. Whenever I'm away from certain people, I feel free. I feel free to make decisions which inevitably make the decisions better. But when I'm around certain people that I feel like are constricting, you know, my thought process or what I'm trying to do, it makes it hard to make decisions. And then I make the wrong decisions, and then I end up doing telling myself that I can't do certain things.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of separate myself and not really tell everybody everything or do certain things and just kind of go out on a limb. And if it works, then it works. Then I can tell everybody.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, then that's my secret, and we keep it moving.
Yeah. I mean, I see that. There's a lot of stuff that, like, when I go home to my family and stuff, that I'll just, I guess in the word, I'll avoid it. Mm-hmm. Specifically because if I know if I start that conversation, I'll be told what to do, and I'll be told what's best for me, and I'll be told, you know, what their life lesson was from there, which I completely understand. I respect. I appreciate it. But that not the same thing doesn't happen twice, if that makes sense. Yes. You know, that's what I guess, to change the subject just a bit, that's what I don't understand about saying, you know, this happened to me, so it's going to happen to you. Mm-hmm. How many times, what is the probability that lightning will strike in the same place more than once? Answer me that. Thank you.
Right.
Almost never.
Yeah, very improbable.
Okay.
Okay.
Almost never. Right. So what is the likelihood that a parent that gets pregnant as in her teen years, that it'll happen to their children? I mean, if you're pushing it so much, it's gonna happen to you. It's gonna happen to you. You have to avoid this because it's going to happen to you. It happened to me. It's gonna happen to you. In turn, you're doing that. Right. Because when you're telling someone, don't do this, they're gonna want to do it. So what do? They do it. So that I feel like that's why when I go home that I am very like, I just avoid conversations because I'm told what I should do, but what comes out as a suggestion in their minds is really like, no, this is a demand. You need to do this because we've lived through this. So, and this is what happened to us. But then I get that, you know, my confidence is shot because it's like, okay, well that happened, so now I have to do this. Right. But it's like there's been so many times where I've wanted to like double up on classes And even Alejandro was like, you should take multiple classes, as a flex class this summer. Remember that? And I did not take it because my family told me not to. They're like, no, you can't handle it. You won't be able to do it. And here she is. She graduated. I probably could have graduated with you guys if I would have just taken those summer classes, thinking back on it now.
Right.
But I didn't because I was told I couldn't. Right. But thinking about it, I wasn't working then because I was still living rent-free at the time. I could have done it. I had nothing else to stress about.
Right.
But now when I'm sitting here struggling with like 2 classes because I have to work full-time. I have to support myself now. Right. Then I was just constantly told that I wasn't mentally strong enough. Right. I wasn't smart enough to do it. Which, not that they meant it as a bad thing, but it's like, it's a suggestion and they didn't want me to overexert myself. But there's no way that I would have found out unless I would have done it. And that's a huge regret. I really wish.
I saw a quote that said, if something goes bad because you did something that somebody else told you to do, like your family, friends, or whatever, then you deserve it. Yeah. Because you're listening to somebody else's life. Yeah. And I think also it goes hand in hand with the self-fulfilling prophecy, what people say towards you that you're going to do and you're going to do, and you fight so hard not to do it and you end up doing it. Right. Or you tell yourself, this is going to happen. And so you do certain things and then it does happen. Right. You're fulfilling whatever you're telling yourself. You're fulfilling what other people are telling you. And that becomes a big issue. Yeah. And so I think that's been a big issue about like manifestation is just other people kind of telling you what you don't believe in yourself. Exactly. And it kind of exerts itself. Yeah. So moving into 2020, what are some things you're going to do that's going to help you manifest? For me, it's been my vision board. I've been trying to finish and like get certain things. And I feel like as soon as I finish it and I focus on that, then I'll be okay. Hopefully I finish soon.
Me too.
You have your vision board.
I do. It's in my closet somewhere.
See, that's the issue. You're supposed to have it out so that you see it every time you wake up.
You're correct. So I'll do that. But
I'm sure you need to redo it.
I need to redo it because my vision board that I have now is about like me graduating high school and moving on to college, and I've done that. Right. Granted, college is kicking my butt, but like I've done that. So. Right.
So what I hear is we need a vision board party. Great. Okay.
And that's it for tonight.
I'm done. Okay.
I feel like it's not necessary. I'm a very hands-on person, so I feel like it's not necessarily the vision board that'll help me more. I just need to start applying it to my life. Like I say I'm going to do this, I need to do it, when we say we're going to start going on walks and we're going to start doing this, I just need to do it, Like I just need to wake up and get it done, and that's it. Like I say I'm going to clean the entire house and do spring cleaning early, call it a day, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh, like maybe I'll do it another time. Like, so it just because I lack motivation. Right. And 2020 just needs to be the year where I have motivation because I'm just so, like, I think about it and it's like high school Brianna had it together. Like high school Brianna got up at 5:30 in the morning, did her hair, did her makeup, had her outfit chose. Like she was set, she'd wake up in the morning, she'd watch a whole movie because she had time to, because she woke up early enough. Now I wake up 15 minutes before I have to leave for work, and like I'm so serious. Like I just, I used to take like my vitamins every day. I used to look not homeless every day. Like I'd go on walks all the time. Like I don't know what happened. College, like I came home, I should have stayed my butt in CPS. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Like now that's a regret. If we're talking like, no, I do lack motivation, and I notice that. I can have motivation. I can give everybody else motivation. I can, but for some reason, motivating myself and like trusting myself and believing in myself is just so hard. I can't do it because like I don't know. Like I just can't do it.
So yeah, that's, manifesting things positively towards the future.
So 2020.
I've given you the steps. I've given you the guide.
So let me know how that works out for you.
Well, I'm going to see if it works out for Brianna. I'm going to show her.
These are the rules. It's your time to shine.
I'm done.
What do you now apply it?
Now apply it. And we're We're gonna end on that
You're so annoying.
note. And the word of the week is apply. We're gonna apply it, okay?
Apply it.
2020.
Apply it. Apply that makeup. Apply that money.
Apply that blend.
Apply that motivation in your relationship, please. Because a lot of y'all failing. And this is 2020. And we need to just go for it.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
You were preaching, okay? I'm dead. So that's all we have for you guys, you know. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please tell us what you're manifesting towards in 2020.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, money.
I want to hear your ideas.
Money.
I hate you.
Money.
I'm going to play that Cardi B Money song.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I'm so stupid. Anyways.
Okay.
Well, like, subscribe, tweet, share, comment, do your thing. And that is it for today. Bye.
Bye. I love how you looked at me.